Hey VC, Jeff back again. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump in here. The stack was getting kind of big, so I thought I'd just get this out of the way and just enjoy the weekend, listening to some new music, without the worrying about the stack getting too much bigger. Yeah, just they kind of exhausted after work, and I think the wife's been hogging the TV a little more, so I've been using the music room a lot, and then I've just come into a lot of free records lately, rather good ones for the most part. So I feel like I kind of have to catch up a little bit. So yeah, stack's getting big. It's gonna be heavy on the vinyl this time. Only a handful of CDs. Well, let's see what I got. So some of these I showed as part of that haul I got from my friend. Some of these are newly acquired. So lenticular cover of their Satanic Majesty's Request from, of course, Rolling Stones. Interesting, I never noticed this. Well, this is a first pressing, obviously, American one. But yeah, it doesn't say anywhere on here that this is Rolling Stones, so it's kind of interesting. Um, so maybe it was the satanic thing here. um, I don't know. Some deniability, I don't know. Or they just assumed everyone knew their pictures by then, which is probably very possible. But yeah, this is one of those albums like I never really got. But yeah, sitting here and listening to the vinyl, maybe I was just, yeah, full disclosure, I was drinking some those what do you call it, long brew beers, which are pretty damn strong. Um, at the time I was listening to this, so that might have played a little part into it. But yeah, I enjoy the vinyl a lot more than this version I've been streaming all these years. So I'm quite happy to have this on vinyl. Really, really liked it when I was listening on vinyl. So worked a lot better. I don't know. I think maybe the mix was in the dynamics, or maybe a little better than the compressed audio file coming over Spotify. Spotify. Maybe I don't know. I gave it another listen in the car and Spotify, and yeah, I liked it more. But I don't know. Something like maybe I was listening on headphones with the original mix. It just worked a lot better for me. Yeah, this one has like "She Is a Rainbow." The "Sing This All Together." There's two versions of that. I think yeah, Citadel was kind of somewhat big. 2000 Light Years from Home. Yeah, of course, they're one psychedelic album. So really enjoyed this. It's a really clean copy because they seem to have taped the original shrink wrap to the front half. Yep, everything's intact. Original inner sleeve. So very happy with that. Pretty good copy. Probably BG plus ish. Yeah, this was a recent pickup I found in a bookstore. I've gotten some good finds there, but they're starting to raise their prices on the more well-known stuff. I'm noticing. I don't know. Maybe that's everybody these days. Um, this is I don't know who this was in particular. I think it's just like a exotic label kind of deal. But yeah, Caribbean Steel Bands, Favorites on Steel. Um, that's I don't know who is actually on the recording. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. That's about a four-ish if you see it. I don't think they go for much. I think I only paid like $3. And yeah, I think really clean copy. But yeah, I think you can get that on Discogs really on the cheap. But wherever you see it, it's worth picking up. This was some VCLT from Sean again. He sent a really big package, so thank you, Sean. Been enjoying getting through those. I just have too much free stuff lately. It's going to take me a while to get through them. So I'll build another good package for you, Sean. Eventually you'll get it. So this is Richard Young's and Simon Wickham Smith, 20 years. Um, I think he kept the CDs because he tends to do that. But yeah, it's a single vinyl, and I think it's supposed to come with like a couple CDs. But yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to seek them out. I think the concept with it was sorry, the camera's adjusting light based on my face or something. So I think the concept of this one was like they were supposed to be recording. Like one side was like 20 years ago, and then they they got back together 20 years later and recorded more music or something. Um, yes, I think I was eyeing this on the website. I think this was one of the ones on sale that at VHS VHF Records. Um, I wanted to say that was the concept of the album, but yeah, it kind of works. The earlier stuff I didn't like as much. I really did like the second side, which I would have imagined to be the later recording. So I think it was like 97, and then so it's 2000. So maybe it was 87. I don't know. Yeah, but they have like the younger self and the older self. So maybe that was late 80s, and then early 2007. I'm guessing. I don't know. I think that was the whole concept of the album. It was like they're recording stuff many years apart. Um, but yeah, it's just like a uh, very avant-garde. It's not pure noise. It would fall into noise, maybe a little ambienty at times. It gets harsh at sometimes, but yeah, it's an interesting listen. Um, yeah, it's definitely one I'll put on again, especially the second side. But it might be like a 3.5, maybe a 4. I don't know. It's in there. It's not. It's definitely not a 5, but it's definitely an interesting listen. So it's the one I'm definitely gonna hold on to for a while. This one was a freebie from a friend. Showed it previously. Manor Astroman's Project Infinity. Definitely one of their better releases. They're one of those bands I saw them many times live, like in the '90s, but I just never really collected their albums. I think they were way better as a live band. Um, I don't know if with COVID, I don't know if they've been around. I know like right before COVID, maybe like 6 months before that really started hitting. I think it was Dexter. One of them was having some health problems. I know they were canceling a lot of their gigs. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Manor Man, I think they did from early '90s. I saw them a lot mid to late '90s, maybe early 2000s. They definitely, like when I first started seeing them, like yeah, they were just using cardboard props, but by the end they probably had a whole stage. They were starting doing these little clubs that you had like 20 people in them. And they do these like crazy sci-fi themed kind of surf music or surf slash garage. I don't know. But yeah, they had like 10, 20 people in the audience. And over the years, I guess, yeah, they just put on such a crazy show, and they put on robot costumes. Originally everything was like cardboard, and it definitely escalated pretty fast. The last time I saw them, like, yeah, they'd have a whole stack of like laptops, and they just filled the stage with old CRT screens, like 1970s TVs, and be this whole massive show. They're supposed to be from the future or something. They had this whole like spiel. It was pretty interesting. Um, Kind of retro future. But yeah, it's worth checking out. This one in particular is really good. I did get some other ones from my friends, but yeah, they're definitely a lot more of a live band. I've never heard their live recordings, but I don't know. Like every time I picked up any of their stuff in the past, back when I was actually seeing them, it was like just never grabbed me. Like they're not, they're much stronger as a live band. So if you ever get the chance, definitely see that. But if you're gonna buy one of their albums, Project Infinity is definitely this one is definitely one of the ones to pick up. I don't think this has gotten a repress because it was on Estrus, and they're not that great about doing represses. You might have to find a CD or something. The originals, they can get a little pricey, but they're not like crazy, 50-ish maybe. But yeah, worth checking out. That one's like a 4.5. Nuggets, volume 11. So you can see the bands on there. So this is a pretty good one. This is pretty solid. Not as good as the first Nuggets. That one's like the absolute classic, but a little bit more poppy, but psych tinged, of course, because the whole thing of the Nuggets. Fever Trees on here, Blues Project, Grassroots, Left Bank, Blues Magoos. Essentially, these guys show up in the EDC a lot. So Lee Michaels, organ guy. So there's some really good stuff on there. Definitely a keeper, but not as strong as the earlier stuff. See, 4-ish. Yeah, and this the favorite of mine. I found this was a thrift sign. I think $2 maybe. Unfortunately, yeah, it's probably like a VG on the vinyl, but yeah, it's a Punch Out too. But yeah, I bought the Light in the Attic reissue, which is I think the mix might be a slightly different, but yeah, the track order is definitely different. Light in the Attic throws on like 4 bonus tracks. It's more the Danish release because they're a Danish band. So it's like this is 1970, I want to say, but it sounds a little earlier on the sound. So psych tinged, garagey rock. This is the one that Venus came from, and Nirvana's covered was it Love Buzz. I prefer this version of Love Buzz because on the sitar instead of the bass. Um, but yeah, it's a different, little bit different, very different track order and slightly different tracks on there compared to the original Danish release, which I believe the Light in the Attic is reproducing. And it's all the Light in the Attic one's also gatefold. Like, yeah, the mix for I don't know. I didn't ABM, but I want to say the mix is a lot rougher on the original version comparatively. But don't know. Check it out for yourself. This was from Sean. We got Three Moons, Three Word Sword. Really like this one actually. For me, it's like 4.5. I think he's not as much into the chill stuff as me. A little more in the avant-garde, ambient, experimental. Um, you could maybe throw noise at it, but it's not harsh noise. More of a chill ambient kind of thing. Um, but yeah, definitely going to get multiple listens. I'm not a big tape guy, but really did like this one a lot. So thank you, Sean. Also from Sean, thank you. I would love this. ANP, this is early KK Null, of course. Yeah, most famous for his solo work and his stuff with Zenigeva. So really like this a little earlier, kind of mid '80s. I think this is the live album. It's from Tokyo, whatever. So on KK Null's own label, which was distributed at the time, Eternal House. This came out in the '90s before they changed the name. So I love Eternal House in the '90s. I never had this one, so thank you, Sean. Is it as good as some of his later stuff? Yeah, probably not, but it's just a little bit later on. He really finds his groove on here, or maybe it's just a different show. I don't know, but yeah, howling guitar. If you like Suzuki Junzo Suzuki, whatever you want to call him, you probably like this stuff. So bordering on harsh noise, bordering on psychedelic, bordering on drone. Yeah, this again is kind of drone. So 4-ish, but for me, there's maybe a little nostalgia in there too. But I really did enjoy this one. This was a freebie from another friend. Really liked this. I do need their first album, but Pere Ubu, Folly of Youth, CD Plus. So I think there's like I want to say there's 4 tracks on here. So it's Folly of Youth from the album Ray Gun Suitcase plus Ball and Chain, which is a jam, Memphis, which is a demo, and Down by the River was a demo. But the funny thing here, I haven't popped this on my computer, and I'm a little scared to. So it's a multimedia disc, Macromedia, QuickTime. I have no idea if this thing even plays anymore. But you can definitely check out the video from this on YouTube, which I did watch Folly of Youth on there, and it was actually, it's a really good video. So maybe I'll pop this in later if I feel the urge. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I guess it was some weird kind of promo, or I don't know. It was enjoyable. It's a lot more poppy than their earlier stuff, a little less on the experimental side. 4-ish again. This one, yeah, Thrift Find for a while back. Verve Villains, kind of cool blue jewel case, which is kind of cool. It's okay. So kind of that late 80s, early 90s indie pop sound. I don't know, dream poppy, I guess. I don't know. It's not bad, but it's pretty generic. Am I keeping it? I think this is going on the sale pile, if I'm going to be honest. So yeah, it's a 3-ish, maybe 2.5, 3. I don't know. It's not bad. It's just okay. It's boring. someone really likes them and want it, let me know. Otherwise, it's going to go in my sale pile. This was a recent purchase. Poison Girls, Real Woman. Of course, that's their most famous track. So these guys got their start in the late 70s. I think I want to say 78. So they were on like the very end of that early punk, I guess. So yeah, they were part of that anarcho-punk thing, and then I get their big thing, which kind of similar. Yeah, they're very political, but they were older than all those bands. Like they were quite, all those bands were quite young. These guys are like in their like late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s when they formed this band in the late 70s. So it was kind of crazy. So very political, female led. So a lot of like female, um, equal right kind of stuff, and whatever. It's kind of like a little bit crass. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I would throw dub in there. Maybe a little dub in there. But yeah, it has a slightly softer edge than Crass, but not by much. So Poison Girls, highly recommend them. I regret selling my original LPs, but it's a pretty good comp. So I'm happy with this. I'm probably not going to go out of my way to find more. If I find them in the bins, I might buy them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get their albums. I think some of them have gotten reissues in like the 90s-ish, but I don't know recent. So go through the LPs. So one from Sean, I think it was Sleepovers or something. I won't say Sleepovers. It's hard to read the cover. Yes, the Sleepovers. Kind of, I guess they would be like more of a modern power pop. I think this is like early 2000s. Yeah, 2010. Okay, on Hozak. So they're kind of like like similar to like the Fastbacks. The band they kind of remind me a lot of. These guys are rock a little harder, but Flop, which contains several members of the Fastbacks. So they kind of reminded me of this. Of the two, I'm gonna give the edge to Flop, but yeah, this is still pretty good. So Sleepovers, Power Pop there. Would I go way out of my way to search it out? Probably not. But if you see it for a buck or something, it might be worth picking up if you like it. Like that you like that kind of like modern '90s power pop. Modern, I don't know. I guess it's old now. Molotov Cocktail. This is on Jello Biafra's Alternative Tentacles label. One side I thought was a lot better than the other, but I can't remember which side was which. Maybe it was the A side that was better. Maybe it was the B. I don't know. But yeah, I was looking like their LP was supposed to be quite good. They're somewhat generic, but I'd give it like a 3.5 just because like I think one side was way stronger than the other. But yeah, pretty generic. Kind of that early '90s hardcore thing going on. Yeah, it's one I know I've shown this at some point, but this is Ruler. This is Fink from Team Generate, and a lot of he's in a lot of bands. Radios maybe a little better. I don't know. But yeah, kind of hard hitting. I don't know, garage bump with the side of power pop. This is harder than. This is probably as hard as group since Team Generate. Ruler, Genie, they have a more recent split. I'm probably going to have to pick up soon. Yeah, both sides are quite good on that. Very solid, 4 at the very least. Yeah, 4.5, 4.25. It's definitely a keeper. This was an interesting one for Sean. I think this was part of his purchase of the was it Hurricane Sandy stuff from Norton. The Creations, looks a little rough and is missing the outer sleeve, so I'm pretty sure it came from that bundle he bought. So his notes was simple, slow garage with psych leanings, talking intros, etc. They jammed a bunch on there, so very demo-y, 60s psych-tinged, slower pop stuff. This is pretty good. It's essential, maybe not, but it's good if you see it. Very solid 4. Cactopus, this is from my friend. Yeah, the kind of yeah, 90s punk. Not a vertical swirl. I think they copied that. Is it colored? No, it's not on colored vinyl or anything. It's just a small release. You know, again, it's good, but not great. So just kind of generic 90s punk. Yeah, 4-ish. Sean gave me this. My friend gave and my friend gave it to me at the same time. So I'm just showing the one. This is a UK sleeve. Island of Lost Souls, backed with Dragonfly. Island Lost Souls has more of a kind of a dub feel to it. This was one of Blondie's later, yeah, probably mid 80s releases. Probably says on here, but I want to say 85-ish, 84, 85. Yeah, it was definitely post Rapture. Um, but yeah, pretty solid one. It's one of her better later outings. Dragonfly also quite good. Um, yeah, for me, 4-ish. I do rather like it. This was an interesting one for my friend. If you don't know this one, Helden is the German version of Heroes. So and then V2 Snyder, I think it was the same as, these are off, I want to say the Heroes, I think was it just called Heroes? I think it was, yeah. Let's see, this is the album with Heroes off it. I think it's just called Heroes, right? The one they redid for Next Day or whatever. But yeah, part of that German trilogy. But he actually recorded it in German too, and then these are the German versions. So German lyrics sung by Bowie. And yep, that's the German lyrics of. So I heard about this before, but this is the first time I've actually listened to it. So I think the German lyrics are quite different from the English lyrics, but another really interesting one I got from a good friend of mine, same guy. God Save the Queen by Michael Fagan. Michael Fagan being the dude that broke into Queen Elizabeth's quarters, I think twice. But yeah, the last time I think he spent like a year in jail or something. He was basically got into her bedroom, sat on her bed, and they eventually got him into the closet somehow and locked him in. And when he got out, I guess he recorded this music. It's actually pretty, yeah. So it's one side's the instrumental version, and then the A side's the vocal version. So like a kind of like an acapella new wave thing is actually pretty good. It's a very different version, but it's genuinely pretty good. Definitely a curiosity, but I will be keeping this, and it's fun. It's fun. It's definitely a keeper. If you see this, worth picking up. Um, yeah, the Bowie one's quite good too. This one kind of yeah, Bottles and Skulls. Gosh, you know what? I listen to this. I want to say more on the generic hardcore side of things, but not bad, not essential, but pretty good. Again from Sean, thank you there. This one I ended up with a couple copies. This is um, from the DC area. I saw them with my friend who I got this from. I have the hand printed version. I have this one, which is the photocopy version I got from him, which is curiously printed on like that semi-transparent Japanese vinyl. If I show this to you, you can see through it. I can see you through here. You know, like the famous Synchronicity thing, the first press. So Plunger, I might seek out their album. So it's kind of that early DC emo thing going on. These actually go for a few bucks. So I ended up with 2 copies. Sean, you're probably going to end up with one. I think you'll like it. But this is a really good one, 4.5 easily. And I might pick up their LP to boot. But a little harder edged emo. Then this was from Sean. Look at that white vinyl. This kind of translucent, Coke bottle-ish. Thinking French, being the band, words. It was alright. I remember one side being better than the other. What, it was like a week ago or something. I don't remember what it was like. Probably like a 3.5. It's mid 2000s. I know it's kind of a little more on the experimental side, but it's hardcore. Yeah, this one's really good. Jesus Lizard, Wheelchair Epidemic. with a very not safe for work back there. Um, yeah, Jesus Lizard, you know them, you love them. It's probably worth picking up, even though, like, Jesus Lizard is a really good one. TG87, if that helps you. Yamo's a really good hardcore mid to late. No, it's 93. Okay, I thought it was a little later. So I think I don't know. I might pick up some more of these. I like Yamos now. I think I saw them back in the day, so probably saw them with my friend. Doors, LA Woman, back with Roadhouse Blues. Yeah, you know it. I think the Roadhouse Blues track's the better of the two. But yeah, LA Woman's not bad. This is from my friend. And almost done. This is a long one. Sorry, guys. Got Music Machine, Talk, backed with Come On In. Yeah, I like the Come On Inside slightly better, but they're both solid ones. From Sean, so thank you very much. And last one was a local find. I paid 25 cents for it. That's pretty cool. 1019 Fruit Gum Company. And we got Buddha Records, Reflections from the Looking Glass, backed with Simon Says. Simon Says being the A-side. So, you know, pretty good. Yeah, Bubblegum Pop, obviously. So, yeah, I don't think they go for a ton of money. I've found their albums a few times. So I'm just going to wrap this up. So everyone have a great week. Hope I don't know about where everyone else is, but here in DC, I think it's going to start getting cool again. It's becoming fall. Yeah. So everyone have a good one and have a wonderful weekend. I know I'm competing with all the big guys on the weekend, so, but I wanted to get this one out of the way. So have a good one. Enjoy your weekend and see you maybe next week.